taper time. Well, we've made it. Taper week. It always feels good ticking off that last long run, knowing that the work's all been done. I guess it's a good opportunity too to reflect on the road to Heysen and the little journey that I've been on these past few weeks. Obviously my training goes well beyond that, and a lot of the things that I've talked about, I guess, come from my own experiences and what's worked for me, what hasn't, all the little lessons along the way, and it's certainly no finished product. Still learning plenty every race, and every race does throw up its different challenges. So firstly, the training. Training's gone well. I've managed to keep a few niggles at bay, and yeah, just getting my six runs in a week, 2 sessions, long runs, managed to get on course, built up the long runs, so I suppose that's a tick. And the other thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that has been the nutrition. So on my long runs, that's been hitting about 90 grams of carbs per hour. Also looking at about 750 mils of water. I know that probably during the middle part of the day, that needs to be higher, closer probably to 1 litre an hour. There does tend to come a point for me in ultras where things can get a bit tough in terms of nutrition and getting the food and water down. I guess I've learned a few little things over the journey to try and reverse that. Most of the time that has worked, and other times it can be tough to dig yourself out of that hole. When I have got through it, the other side of that has been amazing, and some of the most fun I've had running. You just enter flow state where the fuel's not necessarily going in, but I just feel like I could run all day. It's just amazing that, yeah, after feeling so low, I can go on such a sustained high. You know, if things are a challenge, as I'm sure they will be at some point at Heysen, I can only hope that I can work through that and come out the other side, and yeah, just get into one of those rhythms where yeah, I can just push through to the finish. Gear-wise, I've been training with the gear in the pack. I do think I am going to change and go with the 12 litre. I've just noticed my 5 litre, there's a few little holes and bits and pieces where it's a bit worn, so I think my 12 litres in a bit better nick, so I'll make that adjustment. The other is with the shoes. I still think I'm going to wear the Tecton X3. I'm really loving that shoe. I will bring along the Mafades as well. The reason for that is I have just been managing a bit of foot pain. The Tecton X3 being carbon plated, and it does have a little bit less cushion, so it's a bit firmer. That's slightly less cushion than what I feel in the Mafade. So there's a couple of things I guess I'm adapting from what I originally planned, and if there's one thing I've kind of learned over the journey, it is to trust your gut. There's been times when I haven't, and I've just tried to push through with perhaps a shoe that I've been having some issues with, or made a choice with something that I didn't have full confidence in, and it hasn't often worked out. You know, any kind of, I suppose, gain or benefit that I'd find from wearing the Tecton X3, for instance, could, you know, soon be lost if I'm having foot pain and missing that little bit of extra cushion or confidence in just knowing that you know, the Mafade would have been a better all-day shoe. I lean into what the gut says on the night before, and got to stick with that choice, because once you're out there, it can be hard to adjust. And with that in mind, and certainly adjusting on the day, that's where you've got, you know, drop bags, or if you're lucky enough to have a crew, they can be really crucial in helping you get through. Heysen's quite generous that you can have drop bags at every checkpoint along the way, so plenty of opportunities where you can get a grocery bag or some form of personalized bag and put your own gear in there, and you can kind of make calls on the fly. So, you know, if I'm to go ahead with the Tectons, I might put the Mafades somewhere around the halfway point, because I just know that then I can swap into something different if I'm having comfort issues, or if you want a fresh t-shirt, fresh socks, something along the way, you can do that. It's also good for your food and nutrition. So in addition to, I guess, what you're planning to have on the day, you know, you can space that out across drop bags. You can also include little bits and pieces that, you know, you think you might feel like later in the day. I guess I'll just caveat that too with the fact that, you know, something could happen where a drop bag doesn't quite make it, or, you know, you're having to turn to the aid stations for nutrition. Don't let it overwhelm you. Obviously it will be an adjustment, or, you know, a diversion from what you had in mind. You know, I'm sure it'll come as a shock. Take that, but then think, you know, how can I adapt? What have I got on me? What is at my disposal? And just try and make good choices from there. One source of fuel that's definitely going to be out there are other people, other runners, crew, volunteers. You know, use those people. I know from my own experience that there's been so many times when I'm in my own head, in the pain cave a little bit, and, you know, you run past someone that's just a spectating, or you make it to a checkpoint and, you know, you have a chance to have a chat with the volunteers or thank them for being out there. And that little interaction can totally spin things in your mind and really get you going again. You know, a chat with a runner, you could really be helping each other get through, particularly in some of those real challenging sections. You know, just buddy up with someone, and, you know, we're all going to be out there. We've all got to suck it up and work together and work through. So if you are feeling down, you know, don't go quiet, don't go inside your head. Look for those people and use them. And I guess lastly, you know, just be kind to yourself over these next couple of weeks and on race day. If you've done the training, you know, you should be feeling ready to go. If it's not all gone to plan, you know, it probably is too late to cram. So just appreciate what you have done. You know, adjust your goals perhaps on what the day is going to look like for you. But we don't need to run the race before race day. And on the day, it's always a challenge when you've got expectations and goals. But just stick with them. You know, have that A goal, but then also have something that's going to keep you going if everything's not going to plan. Everyone, no matter how fast or slow you're getting through the course, everyone's going through the exact same things, the highs and the lows. Yeah, you just got to be kind to yourself and do what you can while you can. You know, I'm a big one for feeling good when I'm feeling good, and then you know, just trying to manage those low points. So I think that's it for the road to Heysen. I do hope that it's been helpful for someone out there. Don't know what this means long term too for videos and YouTube, but look, if you found it interesting or entertaining, please let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at Heysen.